T20 cricket is not pure cricket. It's an entertainment form of cricket. Players like Virat Kohli come once in a decade. They're not people to be written off.
India should, just revamp the team and send a young team to lose the tournament. Go and lose the tournament. Playing when he has to be in the team.
Honestly, Sachin can't be included in this because we are talking about humans and that he's crossed the category of humans.
Yeah.
He's in the realm of gods. पर संजय मांजरेकर कुछ भी बोलता है फिर भी उसको ड्रॉप तो नहीं किया जाता है ना
कमेंट्री इनफैक्ट वो भी हुआ इसको कमेंट्री में भी ड्रॉप किया है इन दीस टाइम्स यू कांट हैव वन प्लेयर हु इज द बेस्ट इन ऑल फॉर्मेट्स एंड बुमराह इज दैट प्लेयर राइट नाउ हु इज द बेस्ट इन ऑल फॉर्मेट्स
सिराज ही इज ट्राइंग टू हार्ड to do variations and not sticking to what he's good at.
अभी प्रॉब्लम है कि इंडियन टीम में जगह है नहीं.
You play bad cricket here, you're done. That none of the trolling that was done on Hardik Pandya was organic. It was all PR related.
So what's your gut feeling? Is India winning the world? So the World T20 is here. India has already played a few games, and today we shot a cricket podcast. If you are an Indian, then you invariably are interested in cricket. And I spoke to my friend Arnav. He's been a regular at our podcast, and we just speak when we meet. We talk cricket even otherwise. So we just plan to keep a camera and shoot it. And cricket is something that we always everyone has an opinion. Every fan has an opinion. Everyone thinks he has an expert opinion, and so do we think. And it's always good to get a fan's perspective on a sport. And India's chances of the 2024 World Cup. How well is India doing? How much of a chance does India have? We speak about these things. We speak about stars, the players we follow, whether it's Virat Kohli, Bumrah. Yeah, how the World Cup's going, cricket in general, T20 format, and things like those. I think there's not much to tell you here. I think just watch the podcast. If you're a cricket fan, you'll enjoy it. These are the kind of conversations all of us have with our friends and families when we casually talk. So watch the podcast and enjoy it. And also, if you feel we are doing something right, just like our video, subscribe our video, because the thing is that if you do like and subscribe, we get to know that you're liking our content, and that's the least. Doesn't cost you anything, doesn't take much of you. So just like and subscribe and watch this podcast. Also, you can comment and tell us if there are any suggestions, something we could have done differently. So please let us know about those things so we can keep improving going forward. Thank you. It's a cricket podcast. Yeah, and World T20 is already going on here. So first thing is, before I asked you a cricket question, I wanted to mention something. Abhi pehle to I have got updated a political podcast. उसके बाद lot of inquiries have come कि which political party has Arnav joined. तो उसका answer
Nothing as yet.
नहीं, मतलब some talks are backdoor talks are going on. Some
No.
People have assumed that you are a politician.
Yeah. And minding my own business as of now.
Okay.
And that's about it. Great to be back on the podcast.
Great. Yeah.
So we should do a second round on the political podcast as to what's happening now.
Yes. So before I just come to that, the thing is that yesterday I was talking to a couple of people, like really famous known people. I don't want to name anyone. तो उन लोग को मैंने बोला कि आई एम गोइंग टू वो क्रिकेट पॉडकास्ट, इसके पहले आई हैव पॉलिटिकल पॉडकास्ट. तो बोलता है कि वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट दीज थिंग्स, व्हाट इज योर क्वालिफिकेशन इन पर्टिकुलर दिस. तो वो आई वाज टॉकिंग टू, वन ऑफ देम इज लाइक अ mass leader, like a big leader of a big opposition party, and another one is like someone from the board who runs cricket. तो मैंने बोला बात तो सही है. So I asked them a question. The political guy, I asked him that you are, you participate in the elections and all that. So which state have you served as a chief minister? Which cabinet ministry have you taken? बोला nothing. Because still you're participating in the election fighting. दूसरा वाला था, उसको बोला you are running cricket in India. So what level cricket have you played? तो बोलता है nothing. बाद में they thought for 2 minutes and they shook my hand and said, you are more qualified than us. So this was on a lighter note. So the thing is that, see,
what you're saying is on a lighter note, agreed. But if you ask me, this is a big problem with cricket. We'll get to it later in the podcast.
Yeah.
there's too much of bureaucracy that is involved in cricket, if you ask me.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's a lot of illogical decisions that are being taken.
Yeah.
I mean, today if you're selecting a team to go for a World T20 Championship or the World Cup, as you call it, T20 World Cup, so I think the T20 players should be selected on the basis of the IPL performance.
What it should be, you're saying?
Yeah, they should be on the IPL performance. Why would you base your performance on a Vijay Hazare or on a or on your regular Ranji Trophy or your red ball first class?
Yes, for T20
For T20 you should not.
You can't see the red ball performance. But what I'm saying is that अगर जो domestic tournaments है जैसे विजय हजारे गेंदे वो India whatever
India.
if those performances are not helping you reach the national team, so फिर how many players will play it? Then what's the significance of those tournaments?
So what I feel is that the Vijay Hazare and all these domestic tournaments should be seen from the 50 over cricket perspective. And when you're looking at red ball cricket, that's a whole different ball game altogether. So that's when you look at Ranji Trophy and all that. That's a whole different ball game altogether. Now when you're talking about T20, so now let's look at IPL. IPL is very much a domestic tournament. The quality of cricket that we have been seeing, it has grown in the IPL. From 2007, from when it started 2024, 17 years, the kind of domestic players that are coming in are much better than what they were coming in 17 years back. And now the players are coming here to make a statement to get selected at least in the T20 side. Now there's a problem in this, what I feel, that based on your IPL performance, you should not be selected for the national ODI side or the test side, and it should not be the other way around. That from your Ranji and Vijay Hazare, you should not be selected for the T20 side. So I think T20 is a whole different form of cricket. This is packaged as entertainment. So I think it should be looked at in a different way. Test match is pure cricket, that should be looked at in a different way, and ODI is a cross between the two, so that has to be looked at in a different way. Correct. And I'm sure that we have not got it wrong, because in the ODI World Cup we reached the finals, so I don't think we got it wrong. I think we are quite okay.
Got it right. Why didn't we win the finals?
Australia was the better team on that day.
Sure. But how many days have passed by where on the final days and the other team is the better team? Why is it?
I think we are becoming like South Africa. We are becoming chokers. I think we are becoming chokers. And I'll tell you another thing, very peculiar thing that I'm finding in today's team. Like I'll tell you this with Saurav Ganguly, he created players. Like he made a Harbhajan Singh. He made a Sehwag. Sehwag would not have been half the player if he was that he is today if he was playing under a different captain. Of course, Sachin was always there in the team to mentor them and help them around and things like that. There was a lot of guidance from Sachin. But I think Saurav Ganguly as a captain was great because he built a team. Now what I see is Mahendra Singh Dhoni was even he built a team. He got his bowlers right, he got his fielders right, he knew whom to play, whom not to play, when to play, all that he got right. Now with the new teams, I'm not seeing them helping fresh talent. Like you see, Saurav Ganguly pushed a Sehwag into opening. He told him, you can open, you can do this. So there was a time even when Sehwag was dropped, Anil Kumble was the captain, he brought him back on. Now, I don't see that kind of leadership that is there, that is missing, if you ask me today.
I think the reason, partly, उसमें ये भी reason है कि at that time, our core group was more or less the same. Like there was no shuffling of players. The reason behind that was that there was no any such league like IPL or anything else. अभी कैसा है कि IPL is having 10 teams. Every team is having like 2-3 stars. Indian stars I'm talking about. So you have like 30 players जिसमें से you feel that anyone is good enough to be a part of the Indian team. तो problem क्या है, when you try to nurture one talent, like तो उसमें होता क्या है, there is constant pressure that there are 3 others waiting. So why are you giving him chances again and again? The media and the press and the fans only themselves will criticize the board or the selectors कि why are you sticking to him? पहले क्या होता था कि you didn't know कि ये जाएगा तो इसका replacement, you didn't even know the name. So you used to not throw around names. The media used to not throw around names कि सहवाग का क्या ज़रूरत है, सहवाग is not scoring runs, तो X है, Y है, Z है, शुभमन गिल है, यशस्वी जायसवाल है. That time there were no Gills or Jaiswals waiting in the wings. तो अभी तो क्या है, गिल का भी खुद का एक फैन फॉलोइंग है, जायसवाल का भी PR है, उसका भी फैन फॉलोइंग है. तो there is constant pressure कि if someone is not performing at the top, तो अभी see Virat Kohli has got 3 low scores. Because he's Virat Kohli, that's why up till now there is no harsh criticism that comes. But normally, like any experienced or any player who's doing well for a certain number of years, and then suddenly ऐसे 2-3 big tournament performance आएंगे तो then we pressure इसको drop कर दो. Shubman Gill is there, Yashasvi Jaiswal is there. Okay, the media and the fans only create that pressure, and that pressure, how much ever you say, will reflect in the selectors' decision making or the captain's decision making, and then he'll eventually rest that player and then get a new one. पहले तभी ये होता था कि you knew कि ये core group ही 7-8 जन का है, ये 8 जन तो drop नहीं हो सकते. There are 3 people who may be shuffle. तो अभी डू यू रिमेंबर अ टाइम के सचिन जब नहीं परफॉर्म कर रहा था तो कोई बोलेगा कि सचिन को ड्रॉप करके टेक XYZ. 10% तो हमेशा पीपल विल क्रिटिसाइज एंड ऑल, बट बाय एंड लार्ज 80% पीपल तो वुड से ना कि सचिन इफ ही इज प्लेइंग देन ही हैज टू बी इन द टीम.
Honestly, Sachin can't be included in this because we are talking about humans and that he's crossed the category of humans.
Yeah.
He's in the realm of gods. So let's keep Sachin out of this. We can keep all.
But would Sachin have become God if he was starting out today?
No.
That's also
No. There's too much of bureaucracy. That is what I was telling you before we started recording the podcast also, because you have cricket being run by people who have not played a single ball of cricket in their life. That's a big issue.
Correct.
And I mean, the selectors are not free to do what they want. The coach is under constant pressure. There's a constant pressure to keep getting results. I think this environment has become like a toxic corporate environment where there's only one thing again and again. It's just like get 100, get 100, get 100. How many sixes did you eat?
That brings me to one important point. 2023 ODI World Cup Finals is a good example. Okay.
True.
See, the pitch was not that great. We batted first. We could have chased, and all those things are being said later on. Okay. My question to you is that in the World Cup Finals, when Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, or players like KL Rahul, all these guys who have a pedigree or who have some kind of a name, and they went out to bat, and then they see the crowds, and then how much ever they say that they keep the outside and all that. When Virat Kohli goes out to bat, he gets flashes that I've been playing for 14 years. This is my moment. This is the World Cup. I have to win this, and all of those emotions take over. And then the way you would have otherwise played it, like just another IPL game or just another domestic game, that won't be there. It won't be just another game. Okay, not possible. If same place, if some young player goes out who has no name, no pedigree, for example, let's take a Yashasvi Jaiswal or a Rinku Singh, for example. Okay, a Rinku Singh goes out to bat. He is not playing for 14 years. What emotions does he goes out that, if I score today, then I'm going to be a regular, I'm going to be on the front pages. Like, he goes with a very lighter kind of a thought process there. He doesn't go out with the pressure that if I don't do it, what will happen? Virat Kohli goes out with that thought that if I go out and don't do it today, I'm going to get criticized, my family is going to be targeted. Because that has happened in the past. And he's reached a certain stage where the moment he goes out, there is an expectation that he's going to win you the match today. Rinku Singh goes out to bat, there is no expectation that Rinku Singh has to do it. If he does it, Rinku Singh is a great player. If he doesn't do it, it's fine. Rinku Singh wasn't that important for you to criticize. So sometimes does it make sense that India should, just revamp the team and send a young team to lose the tournament? Go and lose the tournament.
So that's what they did in 2007, right?
So then, and that
worked.
Yeah, worked. Even if you had not won the finals and come out of the semis or something, still I would say it worked, because a team which was not counted would go on to, qualify and win the finals was a big surprise. So does India sometimes, like, especially in 2020, need to do that now?
See, honestly, I feel that the media needs to cut some slack to all sports persons. I mean, you can't be winning a gold medal every day.
Yeah.
It's not possible. And the favorite topic of the media is Virat Kohli. Because let's just say that you get more views with Virat Kohli's name on it.
Correct.
And if there are negative views, if there are negative opinions that are being, views or opinions by guests that are being done on your show or whatever, people are going to watch it more.
Correct.
And the media is doing it for this. We all know that.
Should we also do that here?
I don't think so. I think
views to chahiye apne.
Views to chahiye, sabko chahiye, but
we still do what we believe in.
Yeah. You get views if you get Virat Kohli here. Forget criticizing it. Maybe you will.
When the Virat Kohli comes, then why I have to do the next podcast? Then I can retire. Why do I need it?
True.
So,
but I'll tell you what the problem is. Here we are not focusing on the craft. You see, the thing is that today, how many times do you talk about this guy's timing is impeccable? Like how before we used to talk about Sachin ka timing impeccable hai, or Sehwag, the way he's able to lift the ball. Rohit Sharma ka hai, but kabhi wo
his timing is impeccable. His timings otherwise is like haywire. exercise, timings, diet,
I'm sure. I'm sure.
But his timing on the field is very good.
Yeah, but all that reflects on the field, no?
Yeah.
Don't you feel that he plays tired knocks nowadays?
Yeah.
Like even in the World Cup, in the final match, didn't you feel he was a little tired?
No, but World Cup finals, he was going well until he played that shot.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe
but
it
that
could
was
be
a
a
bit of
shot,
tired
like
shot.
a tired shot that maybe
Exactly.
was heat and all that. So
Yeah.
let's try and hit one in the air. 6 हो गया तो ठीक है. Out हो गया तो I still played a fast knock.
Yeah. Agreed, you played a fast knock, but you're the captain. How about showing some responsibility and showing some restraint and some respect?
But then if you remember before the World Cup and now, since the past few months, they have decided that we are going to play an aggressive brand of cricket and we are going to go from the first ball. ऐसे सब उसने बोला है. So if the captain has been saying it, so he has to follow it also. Na?
Fine, fair enough. That's his strategy. I don't think the real strategy would be...
In ODI, I think he could have played a longer enough.
That's what I'm saying.
2020,
T20, fine.
like once in a while you throw away a wicket, people won't blame you because the goal is to go and get 200 or 180 or above par in whatever situation you are playing.
Again, I think that the 3 matches right now, you said that Virat Kohli, 3 matches were low scoring. I honestly feel good it was low scoring. I was very happy that he and Rohit Sharma did not take any risk because the pitch was being weird. Now, we didn't want any of them getting injured.
You know what the problem with Kohli up till now? Obviously, he's going to make a comeback at some stage.
Today's match.
Yeah.
Canada, he's going to be playing much better.
If it doesn't rain, because there's...
Yeah, sure. And it doesn't rain.
So I'm saying that the problem with Virat Kohli is what, before the IPL and during the IPL, there were some experts criticizing him for his strike rate. So he, to make go a bit aggressive from the start, he's started playing a few more shots and he started going from ball one and that increased its strike rate and it showed in the results too. Now when he's reached USA, the pitches there are a little difficult, but the same IPL wala Virat Kohli is playing here. So Virat Kohli in this situation should have gone back to his old way of playing. But because he's in that mindset, you can't tell a player to change their mindset every 10-15 days. It can't happen. So he's still playing in that mindset, but he's a great player, so he'll reassess and he would know what's best, according to the situation.
Players like Virat Kohli come once in a decade. They're not able to be written off. He may not play in 3 matches, but the next 3 matches he will play in such a way that you will forget what happened in the previous 3 matches.
If that happens, we are winning the World Cup.
Yeah, no.
Now, how many more matches?
He's always been our strike batsman and he's always going to remain on top of the order. Even he had a great IPL, so... He was orange cap, right, in the IPL.
He was
orange cap, so he will continue. The little bit conditions, it takes time sometimes to get used to the conditions. Now, how much time it takes, it's not a machine that you can say for sure it's going to take 1 day or 2 days or 3 days or 5 days. Sometimes it could take 10-15 days for the player to adjust to the conditions, and conditions are much more. It could be pitch, it could be light, it could be bounce, it could be a lot of things.
And Sanjay Manjrekar has criticized Virat Kohli.
But Sanjay Manjrekar criticizes everybody. Sanjay Manjrekar is a whole different case.
Manjrekar is a veteran expert. Na?
Yeah, but he's not played a single T20, right? Yeah. So, and again,
I feel sometimes these senior players are a little envious of the current crop of players who are getting to play IPL and making crores. Not even playing without playing for India, and they feel that they missed out.
Where they are making less money by doing commentary, and that also these people are at least they are doing well.
But it's much lesser than Sanjay Manjrekar का commentary का contract कितने का होगा, and compared to that, you take the fees of Shreyas Iyer.
पर संजय मांजरेकर कुछ भी बोलता है, फिर भी उसको ड्रॉप तो नहीं किया जाता है ना
commentary. In fact, वो भी हुआ. उसको commentary में से ड्रॉप किया है. There was a time when he was dropped and he had written a letter to BCCI apologizing. That's there in the domain. Good, in the public domain. So he has been dropped. That's also an achievement. A commentator being dropped for his performance. So that's like a new one.
Like how many has he played?
2020.
Yeah.
Must have played in his
building. That's about it.
Yeah.
So no, even test matches or ODIs.
Yeah.
I'm sure Sanjay Manjrekar has lesser number of matches played. I think you should check it. Virat Kohli may be having more hundreds than the number of matches Sanjay Manjrekar must have played. Check.
But Manjrekar has played for more number of days.
That's fine.
If he plays a test match, he bats for 4 days, 5 days. So the number of days.
I don't think he's ever batted for 4 or 5 days. I don't think he had that Dravid capability also.
No, he had scored one match against Zimbabwe, I think.
Zimbabwe.
How about he batted for 4-5 days? So
when did Zimbabwe bat?
No, so Zimbabwe thought that if we bat, then we can lose the match.
Okay.
So if we don't bat, the match is at least drawn. So Zimbabwe had a strategy to not get him out. I don't know what. So must be something. We don't know. So yeah, so coming back to Virat Kohli, but do you think that we are seeing this the last phase of Virat Kohli's career?
No, I still think he'll play one more World Cup. He's fit enough.
2020 World Cup.
No. ODI.
So 2020 in the year.
T20 he will play. ODI he will play.
You are saying 2020 World Cup, next World Cup he'll play?
Yeah. I think he.
You think the selectors are looking at him, or
Would you drop a Virat Kohli?
if Gautam Gambhir is the coach?
Gautam Gambhir will become the coach, but he will still not drop Virat Kohli.
So you're saying that Gautam Gambhir will be dropped?
No, he will also not be dropped, but they will both find a way to work with each other because they have a common goal. You want India to win the World Cup, right?
Yeah.
So they both will have to find a way to work together. And I don't think they I think this IPL, a lot of tension was diffused between the two, right?
Yeah.
And I think Gautam Gambhir becoming the coach is really good because I don't think Virat Kohli is going, but I think Rohit Sharma will be dropped.
Rohit Sharma. Yeah, I mean, Rohit Sharma, though, I think you are seeing the last of Rohit Sharma. I think Rohit Sharma's appearance tells you that you are seeing the last.
He's just waiting for a World Cup. Soon as he wins the World Cup, he'll
Correct. So you think that it's even more important to win this World Cup to let some of the seniors to say that let the youngsters
play. Yeah. Because last time also when we went, I think in 2007 World Cup, we had two seniors, right? We had Harbhajan and we had Sehwag. Sehwag didn't play the last match because he had a groin injury.
Right.
He didn't play the last match with Pakistan.
Right.
Yusuf Pathan came in.
Correct.
So,
but then Sehwag played the 2011 World Cup also now.
Yeah, World Cup played. Bangladesh destroyed he and Kohli. Revenge match. Yeah. But
So,
it's thing is, the way the cricket is going right now in India, it needs to become a little less commercial and they need to focus a little more back on the craft, as in their timing and even the quality of bowlers that we have. And you're just talking about cricket.
Bumrah.
Yeah, you're talking about one player out of 11. You're just talking about Virat Kohli. What are the rest of the 10? What are the rest of the 10 going to do? I think Pant has been playing quite decently well.
Yeah.
I think Pant has been playing quite decently well.
Surya Kumar Yadav.
Yeah. He comes, he does his stuff and goes. He knows he comes, whatever, 3 down, 4 down.
But why not in with quality opponents or in crunch matches? What happens to Surya Kumar?
He's not that quality.
He's not that quality. But Surya Kumar Yadav in IPL and pressure matches he's played.
The thing is, what you put him in the place of Yuvraj Singh. In that squad, 2007 winning squad, in that place, he's this guy. Now, this place is occupied by Surya Kumar Yadav. If that's what I feel in this the current squad.
He's the Yuvraj Singh of 2024. That's how the team is looking at it.
Looking at it. Yeah, that position of Yuvraj Singh has been filled here. But I think it's technically wrong in more than one place because Yuvraj Singh could, in those in-between overs, could come and could deliver an important, crucial partnership break. With his unorthodox bowling. He could do it.
Correct.
He was not a big spinner of the ball, but he was able to, get the breakthroughs. Maybe it was because of flight or maybe it was because of change in pace or I don't know, whatever it was.
So you are saying Yuvraj Singh had the knack of bowling over people, which Surya Kumar Yadav doesn't have.
Where he bowls. And where he doesn't bowl and what is the quality of his...
No, Yuvraj could bowl over many people, so off the field as well.
Let's stick to the field. Again, Surya Kumar is quite old also.
Yeah, he's not young.
He's not young.
He's 32, 33, I think.
Yeah, he's not young either.
Yeah.
So, I mean, in the youngsters, what we are looking at is Shubman Gill. I think he's been sent back to India, no?
Yeah. For
disciplinary issues.
What's the issue?
I don't know. I was going to ask you what's the issue.
No, someone told, that's what I've read, that he was on the side exploring some business opportunities in US instead of concentrating on cricket. He was meeting people for some venture and all that. That's what the media says. I don't believe the media much.
No, fiction.
But he's been sent back now.
Yeah, he's been sent back for sure. He and one more person was sent back.
Avesh Khan.
Yeah.
But it's quite awkward for people being sent back from a team where the captain is Rohit Sharma. And then if disciplinary issues are you didn't do your warm-up today properly, you didn't do your workout and all that. Can Rohit Sharma tell people that?
I'm sure he's quite fit about whatever the yo-yo test. I'm sure he passes the yo-yo test.
No, I mean, you know, it's like exempt for some of the players.
Are you serious? So what's the point of having it there?
For younger players.
For new talent.
Players like Kohli and Jadeja, even if they were not to pass the yo-yo test, they would still be selected, but they choose to score a certain, they want to stay a certain level.
Another person with low fitness is Shami.
Yeah. So yo-yo test, there are exemptions. As in, it's not like a written rule anywhere that if you don't pass the yo-yo test. And pass means what? The yo-yo test, there is just a score. 17, 19, 21, 20 or 21 being the
But there would be some kind of threshold, right, that you can't.
So usually you look to have over 15, 16. Like, I don't know. I'm not sure. 16 or 17 must be the baseline. But if the captain is getting 14 or 15, captain ko thodi bolenge ki you don't. Sunny also. So you look at certain players, you come to know now, because the yo-yo test is like that beep test. There are cones and then you run at speed and something like that. So if Rohit Sharma was scoring big in that yo-yo test, then it would be showing on the field as well. No? But he's a different kind of talent. So Rohit Sharma ke saath, so you can't really see. Fitness was never his forte, you can say. Aise 5-10 years se, if you see him, so for his age, Rohit Sharma was never the fittest person. But he's still delivering what he has to. No?
But neither was Kohli. But now when you want to play all three formats,
so Kohli has fit for a long time.
Yeah, but when he initially started his career, he was the fittest,
but he was still like agile, you know, and then he took it to the next level.
He took up the challenge because he wanted to play all three formats. So now if you're the captain and if you value your captaincy, so why would you settle for a lower score?
That's true.
In the yo-yo test, you shouldn't. No, you should set a precedent.
So Virat Kohli worked hard, achieved, and
exactly
made sure he can play three formats. I think Rohit Sharma has been smarter. Without doing that, he played three.
No, I think he should focus on his fitness, because you know what? Sometimes fitness is needed for sportsmen because you can get a life-threatening injury.
And also, like, if you are looking to inspire a younger generation or the next crop of players, then Virat Kohli ke saath, people don't understand this.
Tell you one thing about Virat Kohli.
Yeah.
He's never been to a rehabilitation camp.
Yeah, he's never been. He's never got injured. He's never been out for injury. He's taken rest.
That's
might be the last time Virat Kohli said that he's taking a break because of injury. He's taken breaks for personal reasons and for resting, but he's never been injured.
He's taken care of his body. And
that's what I'm saying.
And all this starts with the mind also.
Yeah, for sure. Right.
He is a great player, and there's no doubt about it. And India, if we have to win any World Cup, it is not possible without Bumrah taking wickets and without Virat Kohli scoring. It is impossible for us to win any match without this combination. You can have your Siraj, you can have your Shami, you can have whatever you want, but you will need this, and you will need a proper Kuldeep, or you will need a Chahal to in between overs also.
There are no spinners. No, Kuldeep hasn't played.
Yeah, Kuldeep has not.
Shami is not playing.
Shami, the fitness again.
I think it's only Bumrah, and I think because of the pitches, most bowlers have done well. Bumrah being the standout.
Please, again with Siraj, he's trying too hard to do variations and not sticking to what he's good at. See, Bumrah sticks to what he's good at. And
Bumrah at the same time has variations also which he can, get them out whenever he wants.
But have you seen his variations? They are mainly variations in length.
Yeah.
More than anything else. He's able to swing the ball with such accuracy that sometimes the same ball is bowled to you, but the difference is only about an inch. The ball is moving in just by an inch.
Ball that he got Rizwan out on.
Yeah.
He's done that so many times. He's got Rizwan out in a similar fashion before. He's got many people out with that in swinger. They know that's coming and they still miss it. So Bumrah is
But again, this again, I'll tell you, this has a lot to do with even what the West Indies pace attack used to do in the 70s. A fast bowler, pace bowlers will always hunt in pairs. You see, in the previous over, Siraj had got Rizwan on his hand. He got him on his finger. So these are subtle ways by which they hunt.
Bumrah tried to capitalize.
Bumrah capitalized on it. See, a little bit of your concentration will go lower. A little bit of your confidence also would go lower when the ball hits you on the body. So after that, the next bowler is going to come at you.
And if it's Bumrah, then...
Yeah, for sure. And there are a lot of top quality bowlers like that. I mean, all over the world. But Bumrah is right on top of the stack.
Bumrah is the best. Actually, in these times, you can't have one player who's the best in all formats.
No.
And Bumrah is that player right now who's the best in all formats. With so much of cricket happening, how can you be the best T20 bowler, the best Test bowler, best ODI bowler? But he is.
The other issue that I wanted to ask you, what's the wicketkeeper situation in India? I mean, suddenly we have like a whole big supply of wicketkeepers.
Yeah, so thing is that we have Pant,
KL Rahul, Pant, Sanju Samson.
Yeah, Sanju Samson, yeah. So the thing is that KL Rahul, I'd heard that he's reluctant to keep, okay. That if, abhi problem hai ki Indian team mein jagah hai nahi. If you say you will play as a pure batsman, to jagah kidhar hai? You need to be an all-rounder or wicket-keeper. So now suddenly everyone's lower back problem has gone away and they're ready to wicket-keep. Okay. KL Rahul has never been enthusiastic wicket-keeper.
And
he's been a reluctant keeper.
And up till the IPL, we had one bowler, Dinesh Karthik.
Yeah, Dinesh Karthik. he announced his retirement.
Yeah, because he was not picked now for the T20 side. He was trying.
But Dinesh Karthik also, before every T20 World Cup, something happens to him and then he gets picked. And in that World Cup, he doesn't do much. So I think the selectors were smart to preempt it. World Cup ke liye. And also in USA, I think the pitch, I want to ask you about this also. Ki USA का pitch सब है 120, 110 क्या है sir?
See, I think, see, there are two parts to this answer. T20 cricket is not pure cricket. It's an entertainment form of cricket. So, if you had a drop-in pitch only, you should have made a flat track like Adelaide, where people could have had entertainment rather than getting this kind of a pitch. See, how much ever people talk about bowlers is that T20 is a game that is dominated by batsmen. And people are coming there only to see sixes and fours. Now, when you have the option of a drop-in pitch, we should have had a pitch like
Belt up.
Yeah, but total Adelaide kind of flat pitch.
ऐसा नहीं है कि they wanted this kind of pitch. Even with drop-in pitches or stadiums which are new, there is a challenge. It takes a while for the pitches to settle. There was a lot of moisture. And ये Nassau Stadium, New York का जो है, you know, it's not a stadium. Like,
No, it's not just a garden.
Yeah, and now it's again dismantled and it's a garden. So they've made it actually for the World Cup and now it's dismantled. So that tells you how important the pitch quality is for them. I mean, City was building and breaking stadiums. Like, do you think really cricket is very important to them?
No, because I don't think it's important to. I don't think.
But they're saying it's growing in US.
See, that is the business part of the game. Now, the business part of the game cannot be. You have
5-6 million followers of cricket now, which is very low compared to the population, but it's still equal to like the New Zealand's.
See, what I had to say is a very different thing in this. It's not about that. You can have it, you can market it. But all I'm saying is don't market it during the World Cup. Because you have a bilateral, trilateral series out there. You push the cricket as much as you want there.
So the problem is that
He used to go, for the only Sahara Cup, Toronto.
I know, but then if you see all other sports, people around the world who don't follow cricket, they don't understand this bilateral thing, na? They are either following the UEFA, the Champions League, or they are following the leagues where 8-10 teams are playing. So for us, the World Cup is the biggest thing. But for them, they're used to these kind of leagues. If you play in India or USA or India and Pakistan ka 5-match series in USA, they wonder that why is one team playing the same team for 5 times again and again. Like, that's their thought. We are used to cricket, so we know that there is something like a bilateral series. So if you go and play bilateral, so I think the whole reason of playing this World Cup in USA and US especially having more matches in the beginning like India, Pakistan and all, and not West Indies, the reason was that want to promote cricket in USA because USA can be a huge, like, big market if cricket reaches a certain level.
Agreed, it can be a big market, but I honestly feel that you market whatever you want, but I don't think you should do it during the World Cup. Because I just feel that the World
The
Cup...
quality of the tournament shouldn't suffer because you want to market it at a certain...
Exactly. The one thing is good that at least they did the group stage matches there, and now from the Super 8s we'll go into the West Indies. So I think that's fine, and West Indies is proper. They have got good this thing. It's just that West Indies gives you night press because last time in 2007 when we went to West Indies, we had a 50 over World Cup. We were kicked out by Bangladesh. West Indies. And we have not been good in West Indies for a long time. And again, we've not been having too many bilaterals with West Indies also.
Yeah.
And it's that bad that we keep calling West Indies to the subcontinent. We don't go there.
No, we go there, but generally you usually go to West Indies after a World Cup because the World Cup debacle.
Yeah.
I think it would have happened. You would go to West Indies and like make some high scores and people would forget. That's how.
Oh, I don't think
the West Indies was because after the World Cup always now the chalo IPL and all has come. Before it used to be that after a big World Cup tournament or something, there would be a weaker opposition coming or you would be going there so that you would have some records made. And
people would forget what's happened there.
But fans are not that stupid anymore. They understand that what performance counts and what...
I think they were just going there to the beach to chill after a long World Cup.
Possible. So, now the thing is of India's... Where does India stand? So, while we are recording this today, I think this is just before the India-Canada match.
Yeah,
right.
Today.
So, अच्छा ये एक तो चीज़ है that a lot of people might not be knowing के group standing का कोई importance नहीं है.
Yeah, I know. They see these matches are like
4 groups A, B, C, D. तो ग्रुप स्टैंडिंग का कोई इम्पोर्टेंस ही नहीं. इंडिया हैज बीन अलॉटेड A1 बिफोर द टूर्नामेंट. अभी इंडिया तो चलो 1 पे खत्म हो रहा है बिकॉज ऑफ द पॉइंट्स एंड रन रेट एंड ऑल. बट इफ इंडिया वर क्वालिफाइंग एज द सेकंड टीम, स्टिल इंडिया वुड रिमेन A1. सो द स्केड्यूल ऑफ A1 वर्सेस C 1, I think, or C2, whatever that is, C1, P1 versus C1, that remains the same. India plays Afghanistan. It's already decided. Afghanistan and West Indies are yet to play a match, and whoever wins will be number 1. But it's decided that India will play Afghanistan.
True, but then Pakistan was still kicked out, no, at the group stage. Because
So
of the
Pakistan
Australia
would have been A2, but since Pakistan didn't qualify, the team qualifying in place of it has become A2. So that's the only change that will happen. If the allotted teams don't qualify, the teams that qualify in their place take up that position. So that's how it is. So India plays Afghanistan in the first match of the Super 8, and then India plays Australia. That is also decided, I think.
So 2 big matches.
Yeah. So Afghanistan wale ka, but Afghanistan ka, should we assume that India has won the match or nothing?
No, I wouldn't say that. Because T20s, again, it's cricket in phases. Now, you know what happens in a one day or in a test. If you've not played well for a few overs, you can always come back in the next few overs. But here, there's nothing like coming back. You play bad cricket here, you're done. Because you're there only for 20 overs. And here, again, if you've noticed, we are not able to take 10 wickets. Past 2-3 matches, even the exhibition match, we were not able to take out all 10 wickets. So even
in 2020, who's going to which team takes 10 wickets?
See, it's not about which team takes it.
And when you have a team like Pakistan and like Rizwan and Babar are playing, why would you want to take wickets?
Why not?
An aggressive player might come and say,
See, this is the thing. This is the thing about why Australia is always winning, because they have this winner mindset. I have to take 10 wickets no matter what.
But has Australia been taking 10 wickets?
No, off late Australia.
I think they did take it in the World Cup. They've played all peak oppositions up till now.
No.
Australia, by the way, has some expert, Tim Payne, if you consider him an expert, he has given a suggestion. There is a scenario that has arisen in the Australia-Wala group. Australia, England in the same group. Australia has to play a weak opposition. I think they were playing Scotland while we speak in the morning or something. So if they would have lost to Scotland, then England gets kicked out. So he suggested that Australia can probably manipulate their result. Let's see what has happened.
I don't think Australia would take that risk. I think when they are winning, they're winning. They don't want to spoil their mindset.
Okay, so Australia, Scotland is going to happen tomorrow. It's not today.
Okay.
So if Australia lose to Scotland, then Scotland or someone gets qualified. Australia is already qualified and England is kicked out. So they can do it if they want.
But the actual World Cup will start now with the India-Afghanistan match, if you ask me.
But India-Afghanistan match also depends on which Afghanistan team, turns up. Afghanistan is also unpredictable probably. Afghanistan can be the best team on the day.
Yeah.
If you see the 2023 World Cup, Afghanistan,
Fantastic, yeah.
They do. I mean, how did that same team has come here? Then I think till now it looks like the same team has come here because they've played 3-1-3. But they've played against, obviously, New Zealand. They've won against New Zealand. They've won against Uganda, and they've won against PNG. What is PNG? That is Papua
New Guinea.
Okay, so they've won against them.
Calypso country.
Okay. I didn't know they're playing in this World Cup anyway. So they have a game with West Indies pending, and West Indies and Afghanistan. That will be a good match. But it's an irrelevant match.
But they still won against New Zealand, right?
They won.
So New Zealand is also quite a quality side. It's not like...
Yeah, I mean, so see, T20 and these neutral kind of venues where no one has played has really opened up the World Cup. Like any team can beat any team. I mean, it won't be like a shocker if Ireland ends up beating Pakistan or Afghanistan ends up beating New Zealand or Scotland ends up beating... Would it really be a shocker if Scotland beats Australia in this kind of a neutral venue where pitches are bad? No one has played here.
Where are they playing? Where are they playing? Who? This Australia, Scotland. Where is the...
Scotland.
Because West Indies pitches are not bad here.
I'm saying that even if pitches are good or bad, but I'm saying you're not used to those. Like if Australia were playing in Australia or Australia were playing even in India where so many Australians come and play IPL, there it is difficult for any team to beat them where they regularly play. These are not places where they regularly play.
One of the practically lives in India.
It's gross... ISNET. How is it pronounced? Gross, Islet, Gross, Islet. I don't know.
When is this? This is USA or this is West Indies?
Let's find out. Village in Saint Lucia. Okay, so it's Saint Lucia. So that's Caribbean. Yeah. So they are playing there, but I don't know how many matches Australians would have played there to do anything about it. Also, this tournament, what it has done is that when you were playing the IPL and all, it was all due and all those things. You bat second, you win the match. It's not happening here. Pakistan thought they made a smart decision by batting second against us, and then they realized that It would have been better off had they batted first. They couldn't take the pressure of chasing 110. So Australia, Scotland also anything can happen.
Like I told you, T20 you can't recover because there's nothing you can't.
If you have one bad session and you lose Travis Head and the first 2-3 players, then Scotland can win the match. It's not impossible. In 2020, anything. If it was a longer format, then probably a weaker team will not be able to survive for quality cricket for that long.
Exactly. And again, what happens with the longer formats is you have time to recover your mistake.
Yeah.
You get, even when a new batsman comes in, like even in a ODI, you can take 1 or 2 overs to settle down. If the pitch is not, it's not cooperating with you, or it's a bouncy pitch or something like that, you can take time to settle down, to understand what are the conditions around everything. Like all batsmen have taken time to settle down at the crease.
Correct.
But in T20 from ball 1, you got to just go.
So what's your gut feeling? Is India winning the world?
I think it's difficult. To be honest, I think
It's difficult. I have the same kind of thought. I mean, as much as I would love India to win the World Cup, but
let's get it clear. We want India to win the World Cup, but practically, I don't think it's.
What are the
reasons?
reasons?
We have not played. We are not playing enough of cricket on foreign soil. It's very simple. We are not doing enough of Australia.
And if you would have played in Australia, England more, how would playing in USA or playing in West Indies?
No, but in West Indies, when was the last West Indies bilateral? When did we travel last? This team travel, or even the core players from this team. When was the last time Virat Kohli and
Virat Kohli doesn't go to West Indies. He takes a rest because it's not like a very what do you say? It's not like a challenge. Like, players like Virat Kohli are constantly looking for a challenge. A series in West Indies,
of course.
What's left is not a challenge. But now suddenly the World Cup is there. So you are saying that they're not used to playing in
exactly. At least once in 2-3 years, you should be playing everywhere. No?
But then apart from West Indies, no one is used to the conditions. So that brings me to the why is a team like West Indies never before the tournament anyone says that they are the favourites? Why can't West Indies be the favourites? They're playing at home.
See, West Indies can't because it's an unpredictable team. West Indies is again that kind of team who will lose to Scotland.
I feel West Indies are favourites.
Yeah, they are favourites right now, but it's again that team who could lose to Scotland or who could lose to Uganda. But again, it's the same team that could beat India and Australia.
Yeah.
So it's all about that.
Whoa, can you point out your 4 semi-finalists?
See, India for sure is going.
India and Australia, more or less.
Australia will be there.
Anything can happen, but I think you would assume that.
I hope England gets through.
Yeah. For the
quality
tournament having that quality. Yeah.
Quality.
Okay.
And I'm guessing West Indies.
South Africa.
South Africa could be, as in England, South Africa, one of the two.
Afghanistan.
No. Bangladesh, no. Afghanistan could be. Bangladesh, no. Because Bangladesh, again,
Bangladesh also needs to introspect a bit. They are playing cricket since how many years now? Before Sri Lanka started. Sri Lanka has won World Cups after that. Now Sri Lanka has declined, but Sri Lanka has been at its peak and now like done and dusted with that peak, and now they've probably declined. Bangladesh has never reached that peak.
But Sehwag said something about Bangladesh.
Shakib, what's happening? He has given some statement against Shakib Ul Hasan and Shakib.
No, he's always maintained one thing, that I think Bangladesh is a very ordinary side. And you could get us in T20, you could get us in ODI, but you'll never get us in Tens.
But they've not even got us in T20 or ODI, barring one match here or there. I don't think so. Bangladesh has won a series outside. I think there was one series that Bangladesh won against us in Bangladesh. But apart from that, I don't think so Bangladesh has won much against India. So Bangladesh is out. So you are saying that predictably it's India, Australia, England and West Indies.
England or South Africa.
Finals, if you want to predict.
Finals?
India, West Indies
would be great. And I think
it's very difficult to keep Australia away from finals because they will reach there. If they are in the mix, then they will do something and they will reach there. They just have that. I think the best part about Australia is when there are countries which play multiple sports and they have a small population, they play with a very free mind. Like Kohli, Rohit Sharma, these guys know that when we are playing, the whole country is looking at us. Like most people who are interested relatively in sports will be looking at this sport because India doesn't play anything at a huge level or huge scale where we are the best at like football or we are the best at some other sports, right? So they know all the pressure is on them that you can't put a foot wrong. Australia doesn't have that thought. They play rugby, they play other sports.
So what the issue here is, again, it's the media narrative. Now that is Sunil Gavaskar just casually said that, okay, Virat Kohli has won an orange cap, but his strike rate is worrying. I wouldn't want him to go to the T20 World Cup with this kind of a strike rate.
Yeah.
Agreed. Now the thing is that, okay, he said it as a cricket expert. The media didn't need to blow it out of proportion. The problem here is the media needs to be controlled. I think what the BCCI is getting wrong is not being able to manage the media properly.
Then see, media, then in a democracy, you can't tell a mix. The media is doing it what works for them. How are you going to stop anyone from doing that?
It's not about stopping it, but it's at least about regulating the content.
But when you are regulating it, that means you are the democracy. The biggest thing is that it's a free and
Agreed.
free media.
But it is affecting your players. It's affecting your quality of cricket.
They have to learn to deal with it, right? Tomorrow, if you do it for the players, then tomorrow a cabinet minister will say that this news about me is affecting my performance. Now you did it for cricketers, stop him from saying
performance is for the past 75 years.
So I'm just saying that everyone will start saying so then how do you stop the media? No, so
it's not about stopping the media.
I think that the solution to this is that India should go towards becoming a sporting country where one sport is not everything, and then there is space for everyone, and then you can breathe a sigh of relief that okay, it's not life and death, it's just a game.
It's
about India cricket becomes like a life and death situation, right?
See, my thing is it's about the narrative. It's about the way the media is talking about it. It's not that the media...
But they know they talk about this. People watch, now. People also watch.
That's the thing. I'm saying you can keep the toxicity out of it. I'm not saying don't cover the news. You can talk about Virat Kohli's strike rate as much as you want, but you need to keep the toxicity out of it. That is the only thing I'm saying. Boss, don't go after him and his family. Don't go after him at a personal level. You talk to him about his game.
But I think it's more or less the trolling on social media. I think more nowadays media has understood that outrightly trolling a player on news channels doesn't work. So I think it's the trolls who do it online, not the media.
So the trolls also, I believe, belong to media houses and stuff like that.
No, they are faceless. Some of them, like you'll find it very difficult to believe. There are sometimes like players, PR agencies where, like in India also now, cricketers are like big celebrities.
Yeah.
So one celebrity's PR will, have something running, a campaign running against another player. I don't know who's done it.
For two players playing in the same team for a national side, where you have a common goal of winning the World Cup.
Yes.
You're going to go after each other.
So if one big player has scored a duck, okay, and people have trolled him, and if the other player also falls for a smaller score or something like that, then this PR agency is waiting to capitalize on that.
And BCCI is okay with this.
BCCI, it's not how BCCI is okay or not okay doesn't matter, no, because PR agencies, managing players' personal PR agencies. Now, see, for example, if I'm managing a superstar player in the Indian team, okay, I'm managing him. The other player, his teammate, is being managed by my rival PR agency. Like if I'm PR agency X, he's being managed by PR agency Y. Now, forget how India is playing. I'm running a business, so my everyday endeavor or my every concentration is on the fact that I'm doing better than the other PR agencies, or my player is being managed well by me. So for that, I'm going to make sure that the player managed by agency Y is being trolled, is being put in place, so that my player becomes a bigger player, or there's a constant battle. Now, this is a parallel industry that is running. It's not only about, this is what I was saying when I was saying that 20 years back when you had Ganguly, Tendulkar, Dravid, it's not that those human beings were great and these human beings are bad. It's just that the time hadn't come for PR and social media and all that. That time, I don't think so. Ganguly's PR agency was interested in making Sachin look bad, or Sachin's PR agency was interested in making Ganguly. They used to get endorsements on their own performances. They used to be managed by their PR agents who were there. There was no social media. There were no narratives being run that Sehwag is not good, Gambhir is, Sachin is not good, Ganguly is, Dravid is not good, Kumble is. There were no narratives like that. Because where would you run your narrative? There was no social media. News channels may openly, though you can't do it. If you pay a news channel and say that Sachin is good, Ganguly is not good, people figure out that the media is biased. But when there is trolling happening on social media, you can run a campaign for a few thousand rupees today to troll a player. And everyone is seeing some profile who's posting something. It's a nameless, faceless person with some name or some face. So you feel that this is the narrative in the country. People don't like this player. People are talking bad about him. So he's being trolled. But it's actually a PR campaign that is running. So all of these pressures, players have to cope up with, and then they have to perform. So it's a different. You see what happened with Hardik Pandya during the IPL, okay? Now, there must be a group of people or some kind of narrative which was naturally against Hardik Pandya because of the anger that Rohit Sharma was dropped from captaincy. As a captain, Hardik Pandya was appointed. But you think all the trolling that happened was natural and organic? If I'm player X and I'm dropped as a captain, how much ever I'll say there is some type of, I'm upset about something, I'm sad at the end of the day. I'm not unhappy about something if I'm dropped as a captain. I can't be saying, hey, I'm cool. Even if I was okay giving up the captaincy, but in the public eye, if I'm dropped and someone else is made the captain, there is something I have against the team owners or that player who's appointed as a captain.
See the way.
Now, why will I not leverage my position and try and run a campaign against him? I'm not saying who did it and who didn't do it. I'm saying as human, if you or I were in the same situation and if we were made to go through that and we had the tools, we would use it.
See, I'll tell you something very, very frankly, that none of the trolling that was done on Hardik Pandya was organic. It was all PR related.
You feel so?
Yeah, 100%. None of it. Because it felt only that way. Now, it's a very simple thing. There is a team. Now, there is a team. They have a management. They have a calculation. You have a legacy. You have a captain. You have an outgoing captain. Rohit Sharma is not young. He's 36, 37. The team has to continue. The team ownership and the team management are going to look at the greater good.
But it was the way it was done. I mean, the ones who are siding with Rohit Sharma, they are saying that there is no problem with someone else being made the captain. But Rohit Sharma abruptly, after the season, suddenly Hardik Pandya is picked up from another team, brought in this team as made the captain, as if to show that we were desperately in need of a captain. So we've picked someone else from that team and made him the captain. So when you are so desperate to make someone the captain, that desperation also means that you are so unhappy with the current captain that you have to buy a player from. If Surya Kumar Yadav was made the captain or Jasprit Bumrah was made the captain, it was fine. But you've gone and picked up a player from the auction or otherwise you've traded a player and paid him a huge sum of money. So that is like we are desperate for you. And if you have a decent enough captain or an okayish captain, then you wouldn't be so desperate to go and buy another player and making captain. So that is an insult to Rohit Sharma. Like for example, if this were to happen to Dhoni, if Chennai Super Kings tomorrow trades, for example, say someone like Shreyas Iyer from KKR and says that 25 crores, 20 crores, we want Shreyas Iyer and we want to make him the captain. While Dhoni is actively playing and Dhoni has won titles. And then you get Shreyas Iyer from there, you pay him a huge amount. So you are already making him a star by paying him that amount that he's our X factor in CSK and then you're making the captain. Would Dhoni and his fans not feel upset?
So where were these fans when under the same captain we lost a 2023 World Cup, which was at home and we were poised to win it? So where were they at that point of time?
But then 2023 World Cup, they are saying that you reached in the finals, so you did well.
So that's still not okay, no?
Yeah.
You did win, right?
There's an interesting stat. Do you know that Dhoni has been like the most successful captain? And Virat Kohli, when he was... No, this is what the average Indian with, average knowledge...
That's how it's been marketed to you.
But I'm saying that Dhoni has lost more semi-finals and finals than Virat Kohli has, as far as ICC tournaments are concerned, because people feel that Virat Kohli has been captain for a long time and he's lost a lot of tournaments. So, if you were to count how many ICC tournaments Virat Kohli has captained and India has not gone on to win, how many do you think there are? It starts from 2017 Champions Trophy, because 2016 T20 World Cup, Dhoni was the captain when that Carlos Braithwaite had hit Ben Stokes when we were eliminated at Wankhede by West Indies. The same World Cup, Dhoni captain, then he gave up the captaincy. 2007 Champions Trophy India played, right? Then 2018 there was no ICC tournament from what I remember. 2019 was the ODI World Cup. Then 2020 COVID came in, right? So there was nothing, but we played a World Test Championship 2020. And then 21 we played the T20 World Cup where we got eliminated. We lost against Pakistan. So there were 4 tournaments, okay? Now Dhoni is captain from 2007. So in 2007 we won the World Cup. But do you know 2009 there was a T20 World Cup. 2010 there was a T20 World Cup. 2011 we won the ODI World Cup. So again all those things were forgotten. 2012 there was a T20 World Cup. 2014 there was a T20 World Cup. 2016 there was a T20 World Cup. In between that 2015 there was an ODI World Cup.
And what about the Champions Trophy? ICC.
We again won in 2013. So what Dhoni did well is that every 2 years he already won it. So those 3-4 tournaments that he lost of World Cup, Dhoni had lost 6, 7, 8 finals.
Why did you put up
India not qualified those World Cup?
Why did you put up the statistics about all these matches that we played? The great finisher.
Yeah.
How many of these matches has he performed?
See, there are a lot of Dhoni fans also, so we have to be careful before what we say.
No, I'm not taking away from him that he's a great player. It's just that when people say that, oh, this player is...
My simple question is that Dhoni has been a great white ball player. So actually, we can put this question to the audience as well, that remind me the greatest 4 or 5 great Dhoni's T20 international knocks.
I frankly don't know. And honestly, I tell you, see, MS is a great
Got a
player.
50, I'm not sure, but I think he's not got a 15, 20 internationals for India, or maybe 1 year or there. I'm not sure. So
But again, you see, Dhoni is being celebrated as a captain. He's not being celebrated as a batsman. So his Dhoni is more for his strategy, and his strategy has been great.
correct.
There's no doubt about it. And from behind the stumps, he's been a great observer of the game, and he's been, he's been impeccable behind the impeccable behind the stumps. That's what I was coming.
He's won us games because you remember that one 2016 World Cup, I think, Bangladesh game in which they needed 1 run off the last ball.
Yeah.
And I think 2 runs were required to win. And if they would have taken that single, then it would have been a tie and then it would have gone to the super over or whatever. But Dhoni ran, he collected the ball and he ran towards the stumps and he flicked the bails and the batsman couldn't make it.
Exactly.
So those are the kind of things, cool under pressure and takes the right calls under pressure. So I think that's what Dhoni is about, right?
No, he's been great behind the stumps and he's been a great captain. Very good strategy.
My point just was that for ICC tournaments, we feel that Dhoni is the most successful, but you see how many shots he's got. When you are, if I give you a chance to throw the ball in the basket 20 times, you ought to put it in there 5 if you're decent enough, right? But if I have let you put it for 5-6 times and if you don't put it even once, that you can't compare that person with the person who's been given so many chances, right? So Dhoni's had how many shots at the World Cup?
Again, thing is that India is a country where there's so much of expectation from certain people. It's like even in politics, when you get a new leader, you feel that okay, everything is going to change overnight. It's like when you get a player of Virat Kohli stature, you think that okay, now of course that's it. I'm going to win all 3 formats. I'm going to have all 3 World Cups, and yeah, that's about it. But it's not that easy. And again, he's one player. What about the rest of the 10? Exactly. What are the rest of the 10 doing?
Take you to
Exactly.
He can win you 1 match. He can win you 2 matches. But a championship cannot be won by one player. And IPL is the best example. Virat Kohli, whenever he's played, I don't remember, like, out of the 13, 14, 15 IPLs he must have played, I hardly remember a season where Virat Kohli has completely gone on without scoring. He has scored big almost every time, but still RCB haven't won a championship. So that goes to say something about the rest of the team.
Exactly. Now in 2023 also, when the finals also what we lost, and heartbreak, but
yeah.
You see that we always criticize Sharma didn't get a big knock, or Kohli didn't get a big knock, or either Shreyas Iyer after that. There was this dude that KL Rahul was there after that. Again, he also didn't, he got a 50 or 60, but it was very slow.
Yeah.
So what about that?
There was a joke doing the rounds for KL Rahul that it's in his BCCI contract that he is not going to perform in important matches. Okay. So, yeah, could be. First it was a joke and then people thought it's actually so, because KL Rahul, let's face it, what has he, see, we are fans and we haven't played cricket and we are not experts to comment on the technical, but as fans, if there is some stake, who's the most important in a sport? The fans, right? So if there are no fans, then who do they play for? So as a fan, we say that players like KL Rahul who played for years, how is it that they don't have a single important knock in like a World Cup match or a championship? Like they don't have important knocks.
But again, that's the thing. Have you nurtured the talent? Have you given him enough of chances to go out?
To do with the pressure. Like
exactly.
Players like Virat Kohli, they thrive under pressure. Like you see when there was a time post-COVID when there were no crowds in the stadium, Virat Kohli found it very difficult to perform. Because he needs that challenge. He needs a narrative that this player has sledged me. This team thinks I'm not good enough. They've said something, so I'm going to prove them wrong. See, it might come across as a negative thing, but look at it in such a way.
Negative. It's a firebrand of cricket.
Yeah,
like even when people say
it's a gentleman's game and all that.
Even when we went to play at Lords, and even during the World Test Championships also, where he unleashed Siraj and Bumrah on the batsmen.
That was after the World Test Championship. You're talking about the India-England series. Yeah.
That was fantastic.
You want to make them feel like hell.
Exactly.
That he had said on those lines that make them feel like hell.
And he's a very practical captain, because I remember even in one of the press conferences when they told him that why did you not drop Rohit Sharma, he openly said, are you trying to tell me that I should drop?
Yeah, that was in the T20 World Cup. Yeah.
Should I drop?
Would you drop Rohit
Sharma? Would you drop him?
Yeah. So all of this brings us to that point as well, that Gautam Gambhir keeps insisting on one thing, that cricket is a team sport. Don't try to idol worship. In India, there is a big idol worship kind of a thing that in Australia and all sporting nations, like Steve Smith doesn't do well, it's fine. Someone else will come in. There's no idol worship. Australia has to win. So in India, is there a lot of idol worship that players are demigods and then people are watching sport or they only want players to do well and winning is not given that much of an importance? Is it true?
See, like we spoke on a political podcast also, India is a country which worships heroes. This is how it is.
So is it a good or bad thing worshipping heroes?
See, it is good until it's favorable in the public eye. That's why I said the media needs to be controlled. And I mean, you say that the BCCI should not do it, but what is the role of the BCCI's board for control of cricket in India?
Cricket, but you can't control the media. That cannot happen because
I'm not saying to control the media.
You can't tell them what to do. They can write whatever they want.
What I'm just saying is that make it a little less toxic because it's good for the mentality of the players.
How does the board do it?
I mean, come on, man. He's Jay Shah. I mean, he's got the amount of power that he's got. He can sit in the room with these people.
That is wrong. The moment, see, I'm saying today you will do it for the good of cricket, okay? But tomorrow some other person comes in the board who does it for his own. So then once you start it, it will happen in every way.
Yeah, but let's just start it.
The media even.
I'm not saying influencing it. I'm just saying cut them some slack. That's it.
So how do you do that?
So that's what I'm saying, that you can talk to them, as in you can tell the media that listen, you criticize and all, okay. Agreed. But I mean, having these 8 o'clock debates on Virat Kohli's performance and whether he should be dropped, and then there is a Gavaskar coming in and saying something, there's a Manjrekar coming in and saying something. No doubt, these are greats of cricket. They understand more technicality than you and me put together.
Correct.
I'm not saying no about any of these things.
Correct.
But I mean, even BCCI has a mechanism, right? They have a selectors. They have their domestic selectors. They have their national selectors. They know what they're doing. They have a coach. They have analytics. You have 32 cameras. You have your tracking cameras, ball tracking cameras, everything. You know exactly what each person is doing. With every inch of his body movement, you can track and say that this is where you were wrong. You can send him to the NSA and you can get it, NCA, sorry.
I agree to everything.
You can get all of it.
My only thing is that if BCCI is able to talk to the media and tell them that something like this you're doing is not good for the game, which is a good thing if you can tell them.
Yeah, I'm just saying that.
If you do that and if the media listens to you and does what is the right thing, then once you know that I have the power where I spoke to the media and the media obliged, then you can use that power in any way you want it.
See, that is
another person will use it for his own advantage.
That is a chance that we'll have to take. See, the only thing I'm worried about is the negative impact this has on a player like Virat Kohli's mind. I want his mind to be free. Because, this unnecessary pressure.
Ideal worship. See, my take on this is really different. A little different. That India is a country, we are, I think India's cricketing journey, our cricketing heroes, the ones who are doing well at their time, is very, very is parallel to how India is doing as a country. When you had Sachin in the 90s and till 2010, 12, 13, whatever, India was a developing country. The way India was looked at from the West, from the other countries, the way they looked at us, India was a little docile. India was trying to prove themselves and all that. And India was never looking in the eyes of the other countries and telling them that don't tell us what to do and all that. And that's the time when Sachin played, did his job very well, was best at what he did, never retaliated, never sledged an opponent, never started a fight and all that. That was synonymous to what India was at that time. And then how suddenly India started becoming, people started taking notice of India, and then came the Kohli time when Kohli said that I'm not going to take shit from the opponents, and if someone sledges me, that I am always up for a fight if the need be. That is how India also became post to the 2010, So India's cricketing journey has been parallel to India's
nation growth. Correct. I agree with you.
So that's why I'm saying that a country like India can never be in Australia or never be any other country where hero worship will not be there, because India, from the time we got freedom, when we were fighting freedom, we had heroes like Bhagat Singh and Mahatma Gandhi. Now what used to happen that these kind of leaders used to galvanize the big population where we were culturally so different to one cause. So the role that the hero used to play is that to get all the people together. Now Australia, New Zealand, countries like England, they are so small and culturally so similar in all parts within that country that they don't require probably a hero. India always requires a hero. If today Sachin Tendulkar, there was a saying that when Sachin used to play, the country used to come at a standstill because most people used to watch it. Now a person in Jharkhand is watching the same match that a person in Mumbai is watching or a person in Delhi is watching. Culturally completely different. Person in UP to a person in, say, Bengal, completely different culture. Like as good as belonging to a different country culture-wise, like following different religion, following different caste, like whatever. But when Sachin is playing, they all are coming together for that one cause that India has to win and Sachin has to do well. So it used to play, these heroes used to play a catalyst, the role of catalyst.
This is again, see, there are two parts to this. Now, I'll tell you. Cricket would not have been so big in India if it was not for Sachin. See, this journey of cricket becoming big in India started with the 83 World Cup win.
Correct.
Now, there we manufactured Kapil Dev as a hero and Sunil Gavaskar as a hero.
Yeah.
Whatever was his performance during the World Cup, let's not get into that.
Yeah.
But this is how it started.
Yeah.
Agreed?
Yeah.
Then we moved on to the era of the late 80s when Sachin came in. I think he debuted in 89, Pakistan tour. So that is where he started. Young lad, 17. Now, when Sachin started bursting onto the scene, he started in the early 90s, 92, 93. And then Sachin became great with the Coca-Cola Cup, the Desert Storm, famous Sharjah. See, this is a time when India was a frustrated country. We were not getting anything. Other than our wins in cricket, that was the only thing that we were happy about. There was no stable government. We had coalition governments, new prime ministers every year. And all that nonsense was going on. And we had a bad economic run. I think 92 we were coming out of the Harshad Mehta scam. So again, there was not a lot to be happy in the country as such. Other than Sachin. Cricket. And then what happened?
There was escapism. Like you used to escape from your problems and feel good about life.
That is why Bollywood also became so big.
Yeah.
So the cricket, then Bollywood.
But so that's what I'm saying, that Indians were trying to make it big in the 90s, and even now, like, there exist like two Indias. There are one who's... Yeah, you finish your thing.
So what in this... So the thing in this was that at that point of time, what was there? That there was a Sachin, there was a Saurav Ganguly, there was a Sehwag, probably a Dravid, BVS Lakshman, the core team came in. Then there was a non-existent bowlers that we had until Zahir and all came in.
Srinath Prasad,
okay, for Amir Sohail's wicket, 1996, okay, fine. I mean, let's keep him out of it. The only thing he's remembered is for that.
Yeah, that's...
So that won us that quarter final 96, and then we went on to lose with Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
And yeah. So, and it's not like that. See, at that point of time also, like today we have Hardik Pandya, we had a Vinod Kambli also back then. There's always negative publicity. See, that is always going to be there. But it's just that now the negative publicity is too much in your face because of social media. Poor thing, the player wakes up in the morning after a bad knock and he's trying to forget what's happening. And then he opens some Twitter or probably Instagram and it's like, oh, he's way past his prime and oh, he doesn't know how to play and this and that. And I mean, they go after their families and all. I just think that the BCCI, I don't think they should control, but at least they should call a meeting and they should tell these people, the boss, stop going after their families. They're a human.
It's not a player wakes up in the morning and his phone he sees the negative news and negative trolling and all that. But at the same time, when he logs on to his net banking app, he sees that 30 crores credited.
Look at it
this way. So there is a balance.
No. Look at it this way. Like after a point of time, these people have so much of money. You think they are worried about money? I don't think so. I don't think a Virat Kohli or a Dhoni or a Rohit Shah.
See, Virat Kohli is now not worried about money.
Exactly, now. I'm talking about now.
But that's after making this money.
Yeah.
So while he was making the money...
So now he's in it only for playing. He's in it only for the passion of the sport.
You never know. Money is something that a lot of people will never think that they have enough of.
And Virat Kohli he had gone on to say that I will continue playing until I feel 100% passionate about this sport.
Yeah, that's what all players say,
No. For Virat Kohli, I know what he's saying. He means it.
Correct.
For the others, the passion, maybe money, maybe fame, maybe anything. But with Virat Kohli, he's a straight shooter. He's like Sehwag. He says what he feels.
Correct. But my point about idol worship was that of what Sachin's 24 years journey, okay, or Virat Kohli's for 13-14 years journey, his and next year 2011 World Cup win, 2007 World Cup win, 1983 World Cup win. Like if there are two options given to you, that what inspires a generation. Virat Kohli's saying no to certain kinds of foods, Virat Kohli's low sugar diet, Virat Kohli making sure that he stays a certain way, completely revamps himself, and he plays for 14 years, like the journey who followed him for 14 years. Does that inspire more, or does a World Cup win inspire more?
No, so I'll tell you. Thing in this is that you need to follow Sachin for consistency and commitment. You need to follow Virat Kohli for discipline.
No, my comparison is I'm putting Sachin's 24-year journey and Kohli's 14-year journey in the same bracket, on the same side. That what I'm trying to say is essentially that a player's journey, how hard he has worked, and then he's reached where he has. Does that kind of a journey inspire a generation more, or does a World Cup win? Like India winning for example, 2011 India won the World Cup. Okay, the whole country was celebrating for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 10 days. What does it do to a generation?
We ourselves were outside market, right?
Yes. So I'm saying that for say, what does the one win do on that day?
Like, see, what one, I'll tell you. The story of the
that why winning is become so important. But
I'll tell you.
I'm saying winning is just a byproduct of how hard the players are working.
Agreed, right? But what I'll tell you. So what you're saying is a byproduct that we understand. That winning is a byproduct of all the years of hard work that you have done.
Correct.
Your mentality, your physical.
I'm saying that a young person watching,
so the young person
will say that I've taken up cricket because of Sachin. How many people have taken up cricket because of Kohli? There will be thousands of people kids saying that. But how many people say that I saw the 2011 World Cup win, that's why I took up the sport? People might say that, but very few.
No. So what the point that I'm trying to make out here is a little different. What I'm trying to tell you is that, see, following a player, getting inspired by the player, trying to emulate the good habits from the player is great. Now, the World Cup win is the surety that you get that if you follow this, then this is what is going to happen.
But
so that the inspiration should be complete. It should be 360 degrees.
But see, people who have a little bit of wisdom and knowledge about the sport or any sport would know that Virat Kohli has not been able to win the World Cup. After 2011 when he came, he won the World Cup. So he has that World Cup win under him. But post Virat Kohli became Virat Kohli has not been able to win the World Cup. But they understand the accolades and the appreciation he's got on the way is just been like luck or something has not gone in his favor that he's not won the World Cup.
Yeah, I tell you what is not gone in his favor. The rest of the 10.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it's that.
See, we India had a great team in 2023 World Cup. Also in 2019 also India had a great team. Okay, it's just that Virat Kohli. I mean, you need to understand that you can't win every World Cup that you play, or there will be like 4-5 World Cups in a row which you don't win.
Well, that or Ricky Ponting.
No, but then see, Australia from 2003, 2007 they won the World Cup. 2011 they didn't win it. 2015 they didn't win it. 2011 they didn't win. 2015 they won. They were playing at home. 2019 they've not won it. 2023 they again won it. So Australia has relatively won more World Cups. But then it comes down to a lot of things.
96 they went into finals. 99 they won.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
2003 they won.
Correct.
2007 they won.
Correct.
2011 they lost.
Correct.
Okay.
15
they won again.
Yeah.
19 they lost. 23 they won again.
Correct.
So out of 8 World Cups, they won like 6.
Correct. But so that's what I'm saying, that there will be, if you see on the world stage, there will be still more people saying that I play cricket or I follow Virat Kohli more than I follow Ricky Ponting or more than, like, in spite of so many World Cup wins, people still find an individual journey of, perseverance, hard work and skill, like over a period of time, more inspiring than World Cup wins. That's what my point is. So why is India, like when a Gautam Gambhir says that performance, like a 10-year career is nothing if you've not won a World Cup? I don't think that's true. How can you say that a career is nothing if you've not got the ultimate prize? And who decides that World Cup is the ultimate prize? India being the number one test playing nation for a number of years, isn't that important?
Yeah, but again, India is the number one test playing nation for a number of years, agreed. What you're saying is true, but again, the quality of cricket is also different, right? The quality of cricket that we are playing today in Test cricket is a lot lower than what was there in the original Ricky Ponting side of Australia. That 16 wins that they did twice continuously on the trot.
But I'm saying that you compare the current team to the other teams who are playing. You can't compare eras. No?
So that
my point is that when a person like Gautam Gambhir or XYZ says that idol worship or individual journey is nothing if not the World Cup win. So my point
is, has a lot of things. He even went to say that 1-6 is not what the World Cup.
Yeah, so then Gambhir talks about that. Yeah, but Gambhir says that he's 75 highest scoring in 2007 World Cup finals and 2011 World Cup also he was the highest scorer, right? 97. Okay.
Final.
Yeah, final. So I'm saying that if Gautam Gambhir's World Cup winning was everything, then why today more people say that they follow Virat Kohli? There must be a reason to it, right? They found his journey of perseverance, giving up and, changing himself completely. They found all of that more motivating or more inspiring than Gautam Gambhir's journey.
I think it's very inspiring the way Virat Kohli has come from. But this is my personal opinion.
Yeah.
The way he's grown as a player. Like I told you, the amount of discipline that guy has when it comes to food, exercise, and the mindset, it's not so easy to give up on so many things.
So people are recognizing that.
That's what I'm saying. It is fantastic, and it should be recognized.
Correct.
Because today he took the responsibility on himself that I'm a key player. I'm an impact player for India. So I will have to play all 3 formats. So for that, I will have to give up so much of food. I'll have to do so much of exercise. I'll have to remain in this shape.
People know that the everyday
That is what I'm saying.
thing you took, everyday pressure that you took and you reached a certain stage, rather than just having one good game and having won the World Cup or finals. Obviously, it's the hard work of many years when you go and win a World Cup. But there is that luck element involved. All 11 teams have...
See, he was a part of the 2011 World Cup.
Yeah, which
winning,
got.
and Rohit Sharma was a part of 2007 winning World Cup.
Correct.
So they both have won World Cup.
They both won, right?
So both have won World Cup. So they are looking for more now.
Yeah. So my conclusion on this is that India needs heroes. There is nothing wrong with having heroes.
It's always fine.
It's not like winning is everything. Like one day doesn't change things. But when a journey has inspired you, it can probably inspire you in the correct direction to reach there. Because as everyone says that follow the process, the result is just a byproduct. So when you agree that the result is just a byproduct, how can you doubt someone's process or someone's perseverance?
But that is not how it is functioning, because you see what is happening, that these players that we are looking at, they are not demonizing Virat Kohli as a human. They are demonizing Virat Kohli the brand. So here, what is the thing in India is that they are today. See, there are crores of rupees that are running on Virat Kohli. Like today, he's got so many million Instagram followers, whatever may be the count, and you put one post and you'll get, I don't know, whatever million, this million, that million, whatever, and his BCCI contract, special contract that Rohit Sharma and Jasprit Bumrah have right now.
Correct.
With the BCCI. So I think only 3 of them that have this contract.
A plus.
Yeah, A plus. It's only top category. A and then B and then it's C.
Yeah.
I think there are only 3 in this. I think Virat, Rohit and Bumrah.
Yeah. True.
So, these are 3 players that are exceptionally good with their skill, and on a day they will destroy the opposition. We saw Bumrah destroy Pakistan that day.
So I think these are, let's talk about the key players in this World Cup from all teams and then we'll end it. I think India, how much of you say you'll have to talk about Kohli? Kohli would be one of the key players. Bumrah has already become the key player this World Cup and he's always one of the important players. Who else? Is there anyone else you see?
Sharma, the first 4 overs, he has to go after it. Maybe he doesn't get a 50, but if he gets a quick 25-35. Kumar Yadav, yes, but
let's stick to 3 players, okay?
So I think opening way, I honestly feel that Rohit Sharma has to get a quick 25 to 35 if India has got to post a decent total. And it's always in T20, you see the win margins are always going to be this 25-30 runs.
Correct.
So Sharma getting that 25-30 quick in about 10 balls or probably 15 balls is what we are looking at.
Correct. So I think Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli and Bumrah are the 3 players.
These are the 3 key players for me. Honestly, I think for me, these are the 3 key players.
So in India, let's talk about only the 4 semi-finalists. Like India is one of our potential semi-finalists, obviously. So Bumrah, Kohli, Rohit. Australia के टीम से तो Pat Cummins the captain है. This is the X factor. उसके साथ I would say Travis Head. And probably a Adam Zampa leg spinner. How well does he?
But then that all greatly depends on the pitch and the condition at that time.
I would say Cameron Green because
Cameron Green. Yeah.
He's an all-rounder, batter and seam bowler with Jerry. He has a chance to do well.
Yeah.
England, if you were to ask me, England since they still, I feel
I'll tell you one more thing. In India, I'll tell you which is going to be the biggest X factor for us to win moving forward. Hardik Pandya. I think he's a major X factor for us.
Could be, yes.
More than Surya Kumar Yadav, I'd put Hardik Pandya higher than him because he's an all-rounder.
Yeah, and he comes at a place where he finishes matches. So if he has a couple of good matches,
he's a pure finisher.
Yeah.
And he's looking in a very good mindset.
Yeah.
After a bad IPL, he's looking in a decent mindset.
Correct. And then Australia, we already spoke about Pat Cummins, Travis Head and Cameron Green. England, you would say, England, I look at the England team, doesn't look like there are any names that you would say. I think Josh Butler, again, their captain, is one of the players that I would say is a key player since he bats at the top of the order.
The regular Johnny Barristow, and then there is the Jofra Archer.
Yeah. But none of them seem to be great.
Sam Curran, Moeen Ali.
I don't even know
same guy
who's been playing in their 11. So let's just check their last match and we would know that who has been playing.
Liam Livingstone also could be interesting because he's an all-rounder.
Yeah, could be.
But then again, with Sam Curran out there, and
See, Josh Butler has to be their X factor, I would say. Along with that, I think in this tournament, you would give it to probably someone like Moeen Ali, who's, I think, Liam Livingstone also, again, he's an all-rounder because he bowls as well. And on these pitches, he can pick a few wickets.
Sam Curran.
Sam Curran, I don't think so he's been playing.
But he's there in the squad. He's there in the 15.
But England really difficult to pick like 3 players because none of them seem to be in great form. But I would still say, I think Butler, Moeen Ali and Liam Livingstone, I think these 3, if they play well, then England does well usually. Because 3 players who at different positions, a couple of them both as well. So I think these 3 players. And then the 4th team, who do we think is going to make it to the semis?
South Africa.
I feel West Indies. Let's go West Indies because I like that team. You know, they whatever you say, West Indies when they do well, I don't think anyone complains.
West Indies is again a good squad. Andre Russell is something I don't want to look up.
Is he playing?
I'm sure he's playing.
No, because they have
and a great IPL.
No, it's not about that. They have problems going on with the board. So Andre Russell isn't playing.
No, he's there in the 15.
Yeah, he's there. Andre Russell is playing. Andre Russell, without a doubt, there is there.
He's there. He's there.
Right. Yeah.
Shai Hope also.
Yeah. Shai Hope, West Indies you need to first see. He's not
keeper batsman, no?
No, but he's not playing.
He's playing in the...
Nicholas Pooran, Nicholas Pooran is the keeper. So Nicholas Pooran and Andre Russell are straight away the 2 big X factors. And if you have to choose a bowler, who would it be? Alzari Joseph, he's in some form. He's picked 4 wickets against New Zealand and decimated the New Zealand batting. So I think Alzari Joseph, Andre Russell and Nicholas Pooran, these are the 3 X factors, right?
Oh, what happened to New Zealand? Why are they playing like South Africa?
No, I mean, New Zealand, so maybe, I don't know what happened to them. They're not playing well. They're going home. So they must have reached home as we talk, probably. They are all 4 games are done.
There's some expensive IPL players, yeah.
Yeah, so the money has been credited, no. So now USA was going to holiday. Yeah. So I think that's what it is. New Zealand is nowhere there. I think this World Cup, you got to understand these conditions are a little alien for all teams other than West Indies. And so everyone will find it difficult to make it really their fortress. I don't think so any team is going to be able to make West Indies.
Even with West Indies, I mean, they have a very similar thing to Pakistan. When it's their day, it's their day. And when it's not, it's not.
But West Indies, I think their best performances have come, at least in the last few years, when they have never been expected to do well, not been having their key players. They come against the odds and then they end up winning from nowhere. And because this is that situation where West Indies doesn't have a first team, because on other, like when everything's good between the board and the players, you will be having 3-4 other key players which are not playing. So now the ones who have come in, they play with that nothing to lose attitude. So I see West Indies as one of the semi-finalists and even one of the finalists. And I won't be like very shocked if they win the World Cup. I would be disappointed that India wouldn't win it in that case, but I wouldn't be very shocked if West Indies wins it.
So what do you think is a final?
I think India-West Indies. Because the India-Australia is too done and dusted. Let's predict something different.
So if India plays West Indies, I think India will beat West Indies. Because the West Indians want to come to play IPL again.
But I still feel that India, so does Australia. So does Australia.
Doesn't care. I think India wants Australia to play.
Pat Cummins is being paid 20 crores.
Yeah.
Of course, as Hyderabad, I think so. I don't think so he would want to risk it. But if that was the case, then in 2003 World Cup, the effects of that would have been seen. But I think Australia is too professional a team to think like that.
Yeah, but see, with Australia, it is, you want Australians to play in the IPL. But with West Indies, it's the other way around. They want to play in the IPL.
They want to play in the IPL. That's true. I think all players want to play the IPL as much as they would say no for different reasons, for the standard of cricket, for the money involved, for the exposure and the fan following the game. So there is like not one, there are various reasons to play IPL, money being the biggest for most of them. So, but I think that West Indies don't if they are playing against India, we've in World Cups, West Indies has given us scares.
Yeah.
If you remember the 2016 World Cup at Wankhede, we scored 190 in the first innings, then they lost against West Indies, and West Indies went on to win the World Cup.
Yeah.
So I think if India is beating West Indies, it's going to be an interesting game.
One question,
condition.
one controversial question. Do you think Shreyas Iyer being dropped was a smart decision in the playing 15
Smart decision for whom? As in,
for the team, for India? Right now we're talking about India. Forget all the players.
was
We're
a smart
just talking
decision
about-
you're
yeah,
saying?
yeah. Was it smart to drop Shreyas Iyer?
No, I mean, if you were a KKR supporter, it was probably smart because he put all his energy in KKR and they won. That
Was
was
it
smart.
who won KKR the World Cup? Was it Gotti? As in the
Oh,
IPL, sorry.
somebody says he doesn't believe in idle version, so he would definitely not say I made the team and the team played well. But Shreyas Iyer was still the captain.
He was still the captain.
If the captain
Some
has
smart
no
decisions.
importance, then why have a captain?
No, some smart decisions on the field too.
Like,
During the final also, some bowling changes that he made. Now I don't exactly remember, but I think at that point of time it was. I think he
so Shreyas Iyer's smart decisions, people don't exactly remember always.
no, but
If those
I-
decisions are taken by Dhoni, then people remember it, right?
it's the way it's marketed, right?
Yeah. So decisions are also.
I honestly feel that Shreyas Iyer should have been included in the playing 15. I honestly feel.
But disciplinary issues, right?
How many players you could have disciplinary issues here? Wait, seriously, how many players? At this
Ishan Kishan.
Yeah, Ishan Kishan, Shreyas Iyer. Now you are with Shubman Gill.
Correct.
Now you are with this. I mean, seriously. I mean, you're talking about this kind of a team. You think they don't have disciplinary issues with the other players?
The board officials don't have disciplinary issues, like they are well disciplined.
And that's what I was saying. I'm sure they are also not well disciplined, right? Yeah, some of the board officials have some kind of funny hand symbols, gestures going on during the matches also, right? It's sometimes should not be, right? A person of that stature should not be doing those kind of things.
Correct.
I mean, this is what I feel. Because you're representing the nation.
But then if you have someone from the family,
No, all that is fine, but
government,
still.
it's managed, no?
Managed, yes. But what I feel on a personal level, you should be doing it because you're representing your nation.
Correct.
You're not there representing yourself. I mean, when you're
They are representing BCCI.
but BCCI for control for cricket in India.
So in BCCI also, India comes last, na? BCCI.
कंट्रोल पहले आता है इंडिया बाद में आता है
Control then.
बाद में फिर क्रिकेट फिर इंडिया
Then India, yeah.
but in Australia the other way around, right? Cricket Australia.
Yeah, Australian Cricket Board or Cricket Australia? It's Cricket Australia.
Cricket Australia.
It's all about cricket and not about Australia.
CCB,
It's not
but
about
cricket
cricket. It's not
Australia.
about control.
Control, exactly. Yeah. पहले board,
you have it.
control, फिर cricket,
Cricket.
last में India.
That's true. So that's on a lighter note. So yeah, so I think we've predicted it.
So Rajiv Shukla has also been on the board for a very long time. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's great.
Rajiv Shukla has been everywhere for a long time. So if you have good relations with everyone, then you
But at least there's one person who's there for a long time. You need that one person who's there, right? You need one anchor who's seen the team grow from 2003 to 2023, 20 years.
And Rajiv Shukla has had an important role in India's growth, India team's growth.
I'd like to
You believe-
that.
Correct.
At least that's what is being sold to us.
I mean, Rajiv Shukla will be very happy to hear that you're crediting him for the team's growth.
No, but I'm sure he's played some role in it.
Like
Selector, appointing the right kind of selectors or stuff like that.
Rajiv Shukla appoints the selector.
No, I'm not saying he appoints it, but I'm saying he must be having some role in it, right? Shortlisting.
Some treasurer, I mean, some role related to funds and all. Funds are managed properly. We are just assuming maybe some role where funds are
I don't think he's a treasurer. I think treasurer used to be someone else.
Yeah, but he must be having some role, we are assuming. Some arranging the meetings, board meetings and all that. That is an important thing. I mean, someone needs to do it, right?
So that.
But on a to give him a compliment, he's been on good relations with everyone from all parties. So that is also an art to be in the good books of everyone, because that can help you prolong your career, right? If you rub people the wrong way, then you can be.
That's the way India works, and I think that's sad because that comes into cricket, and I think that's sad
Correct.
because that is spoiling the sanctity of the sport.
Correct. So I think we'll end the podcast on Rajiv Shukla, important figure in the Indian cricket setup, right?
There's one more question I want to ask you. Last question. What do you think about the selectors?
Selectors.
Chief of
Who are the selectors, right?
I think Agarkar is a selector.
Agarkar is the chief selector. Who are the other 3-4?
I don't know.
Okay. So how do you think of people who...
That is what I'm asking you. What do you think? I mean,
I don't know the selectors.
who are the selectors in modern India? And what do you think that they should be doing differently?
I think, very straightforward and serious answer to this is that a young team needs to there has to be a point where a completely young team goes to a World Cup.
But they have nothing to lose.
You can't be sending players with pedigree all the time, thinking too much about the game.
I agree with what you said right in the beginning.
The test matches, it's fine, ODIs, it's fine, but in T20 is a format where you need players. See, the moment you say that Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma are not going to the World Cup, no one is saying they are not good enough. We are just saying that they are going there with too much of baggage. And you just need to send like a relaxed lot of players who don't care about things.
So I think Rohit Sharma fits in that, no?
Yeah, he fits in that. But see, the team that has gone now to win the World Cup, the players and the fans, the fans are expecting this team to win the World Cup. Yeah. When a Jaiswal, Rinku Singh and Shubman Gill, all those players go to win the World Cup, you are not expecting them to win the World Cup. So when you are starting with the lowest expectations possible, that everything, it all reflects on the pressure on the players, the atmosphere in the ground. You see the atmosphere at Ahmedabad on that finals on 19 November.
Electric.
It was electric and it was tensed for the players. Like every single person there wanted India to win the World Cup. When you put too much pressure, like you can't.
But then the same one in Wankhede was right in 2011. We've seen that.
So that's what I'm saying. Very difficult to do it. Then the luck has to favor you big time. And every time the luck doesn't favor you. 2011, see, at that time, now we have enough data to say that you just win the toss and bat second. When in 2011, the trend was that you win the toss and bat first. Okay.
Yeah.
And Sri Lanka, I think, won the toss and selected to bat. And it turned out to be a blessing in disguise. Like today, that 2011 match happens, any team will bat second.
It was always said that Wankhede is not a pitch where chasing happens.
Exactly. Today, if you do any T20 or ODI finals, any captain wins the toss and bats second in Wankhede. Because there's enough data to suggest that 2011, it was just the beginning.
Exactly.
Sri Lanka thought that in a pressure game, you bat first, you get to 80 and you win the match. But they didn't anticipate that. You look at Pat Cummins. He won the toss in Ahmedabad, he batted second. Because he's played IPL for so many years. He's played in India for so many years to have that data.
The thing about Pat Cummins, he did not play the IPL. He did not play the IPL.
Yeah, that was to prepare. What I'm saying is that he has played for enough years now. In India, you bat second and you win in conditions which has due.
True.
So I think a lot of things play a role. So I think that's it. Let's hope that India win the World Cup.
Yes, and for India to win the World Cup again, Kohli has to score and Bumrah has to take wickets.
Bumrah has been doing it. Yeah. Matter of time, Kohli
will do it.
Yeah.
He'll play the next way. I think against Afghanistan.
I think by the time our podcast comes on, Kohli's big knock would have already happened. Yeah.
Let's see against Afghanistan, because now we're going into the proper West Indies where we'll play the proper cricket. I think the group stage, in America, whatever the pitches and whatever conditions are.
Afghanistan could be a good game. Definitely
it would be a good game.
Pakistan, the game that we had.
That was a little disappointing. As cricket, it was a little disappointing the way it was.
There was no big buzz or closeness in the game that we came close or something.
It was quite close. In between, for a few overs, I was pretty sure that we are.
And I think if India was batting, I would have said it's a close game and anything can happen. The moment Pakistan needed 40 of 30, I knew Pakistan is losing the game.
Okay.
Because I've seen Pakistan enough number of times on a difficult wicket with these kind of players, Pakistan wouldn't win it.
Yeah.
When it was run a ball, Pakistan's game. But the moment there was some gap in between, I always thought that India has to win it from here.
What did you make of that 5-run penalty that USA was given?
Oh yeah, the finals. I think there is a rule now that if you are late, there is some.
I think if you start over
time, then you are penalized.
And 3 overs on back-to-back.
Yeah. So that was the reason they were giving.
But did you realize one thing, that after we got that 5-run penalty, our momentum changed in that match?
Yeah, but with Surya Kumar and Shivam Dubey set, I expected India to, we are not Pakistan, let's face it. I haven't seen India losing such matches in a long time. We have lost matches, but we haven't comfortably been in a comfortable position and thrown away a game. I don't remember that, at least in the last 10 years.
No, we are not Pakistan for sure, because we are Bumrah and thankfully not Shaheen Shah.
Yeah, there is one more thing in this World Cup that a lot of people might not be knowing. There was pre-seeding of teams before the tournament. So if someone wants to go and check it on any of these websites, then they can check it. India was allotted A1 in this group.
Yeah.
So irrespective of where India qualifies, 2 teams from all groups would have qualified A, B, C, D. 4 groups, 2 teams would qualify. Irrespective of where India would qualify, number 1 or number 2, India's seeding would have remained A1. So it's already pre-decided that India will play Afghanistan, irrespective of where Afghanistan and India qualified. Because New Zealand was the team in which, in place of Afghanistan, I think so Afghanistan have taken up that slot. and India would play Afghanistan. It was pre-decided because there was pre-seeding of 8 teams that has happened before the tournament. So I think this is what people can check on these websites, that where they qualify, where the teams qualify wouldn't have been much of a difference. It was already decided which team will play which team in the next stage. That is.
I feel bad, like a team like Pakistan should have got at least to the quarters or the semis, because they're a good side. And they should be like good competitive.
Good side, I don't think so.
Come on, man, it's a good side.
Names, yeah, but
Babar Azam and his Mohammad Rizwan and the Shaheen Shah Afridi.
big names, but on the
Fakhar Zaman, their impact player. As per Wasim Akram.
Yeah, Wasim Akram will have a lot of things to say, but he can have his opinion. So I think hopefully let's hope that by the end of the World Cup, India is winning.
Yeah, let's hope for that.
Thanks a lot for your time, as always.
Thanks for getting me on.
Yeah.
Catch up with you soon.